Your mindset is the root of your reality. If you can change your mindset, then you can change your life. Welcome, Master Your Vibe. Mind bright, vibe right. The mindset reboot for those ready for some calibration to their vibration. I'm your host, King Yes Indeed, your guide for this vibrational journey, here to help you conquer any mental blocks, fine-tune your inner frequency, and navigate to your higher self. If you're ready to make your mind bright so you can vibe right, then you're in the right place. Let the journey begin. Yes, indeed. Welcome back. Welcome back, as always, to the welcome back. Welcome back, as always, to the Master Your Mindset show. We are talking about the possibility dimension, and this is dimension number 6. The possibility dimension. The possibility dimension is where your mindset meets your imagination. It is where it meets courage. It is where it meets vision. It is where it meets your fear. It is the dimension that determines not only what you see in the world, but also what you believe is possible. Most of us live within the boundaries of what feels realistic or what feels safe. You know, that good old comfort zone, right? And most people base their expectations on things like current circumstances, you know, their opinions of others or opinions of things, whether or not they've succeeded or failed in the past. And the result of that is they destroy the possibility and they banish themselves to the comfort zone. They banish themselves to the comfort zone. But possibility is the antidote to the comfort zone. Possibility is the antidote to limitations. The possibility is the antidote to fear and doubt. This dimension isn't about blind faith or blind optimism or fantasy thinking. None of that. There's none of that. It's about expanding your awareness so you can see beyond your fear, so you can see beyond your doubt, so you can see beyond the stories that you either tell yourself or the stories that have been told to you. Possibility is about creating a mental space for solutions, for opportunities, for breakthroughs that your old self simply could not imagine. Right? And so let's talk a little bit about why this dimension matters. First of all, possibility expands your vision. Again, as we talked about, most people operate within set parameters or limits of their current circumstances, their past experiences, what they've been told, all those things. And this dimension challenges you. It forces you to ask, what else is possible? What else is available? What alternative can there be? And it attempts to shift your mindset from surviving and limitation to expansion and creativity, right? It attempts to shift your mindset from survival and limitation to expansion and creativity. The possibility dimension breaks cycles of fear and doubt, right? Fear narrows your view. It gives you tunnel vision on what is possible, and all you see is problems, all you see is risk, all you see is possible failure, all you see is loss, right? And your doubt convinces you that change is not possible or change is not likely. But what we need to do is we want to create a mindset or a mind space for new solutions, new opportunities, for the possibility of something different to happen, right? The definition of insanity, right, is doing the exact same thing and expecting something different to happen. All right. And with the possibility dimension, it gets us out of that mindset, right? Where we want something different to happen, but we're too afraid to do anything different. Possibility fuels your motivation, right? People don't stay motivated. We said in the last show, when we talked about the energy dimension, that motivation is limited, right? Motivation has a cap, right? It runs out and it drains you, right? And so people stay motivated by what they believe is possible. So if you believe you can win, if you believe you're going to be successful, if you believe you can accomplish, if you believe that you can win all these things, then that fuels your motivation to stay at a high level. Possibility gives us something to work towards. It gives us something to move forward to. Um, Even when difficulty shows up, even when things get hard, right? We believe in our ability to succeed and win and conquer so much that it keeps us pushing forward to that goal. Possibility can shape who you are. It can shape your identity. The possibilities you believe in become the boundaries that you set for yourself, right? It becomes the boundaries of who you think you are, right? So if you, um, let's say you did something bad in the past, right? And you say, oh, I'm always gonna be, an alcoholic, or I'm always gonna be a drug addict, or I'm always gonna be a failure because you didn't graduate from college, or you dropped out of high school, or you couldn't pass your driver's license, so you never anything, whatever it is. If you failed at it and you don't believe that you can move past that, your belief is going to limit how far you can go, right? So expanding your belief system and expanding the story that you tell yourself, and sometimes ignoring the stories that people say about you. A lot of people are going to do enough damage to you. They're going to tell you, oh, you're never going to amount to nothing. Oh, you're never going to reach, that goal. You're never going to be successful in this arena, right? You have to rewire and reshape and retell yourself your own story. Possibilities create hope and they create resilience. When you believe there is another way, one of the things that you will not do is you will not give up so easy, or you will not quit. Right? If you believe that there's another way, you will not give up so easy and you will not quit. But possibilities give you the inner resource of hope. And hope is a powerful thing. It makes you want to stand strong. It makes you want to face adversity because the goal that you are pushing towards is important. The goal that you are pushing for or pushing towards has some intrinsic meaning to you, like graduating college. Some people go and they press and they push because they're going to be the first person to graduate from college in their family. Some people want to go and be successful at business because they're going to be the first business owner in their family. Or somebody made a promise to somebody that's passed away where they want to go and continue to achieve that goal. So possibility creates hope and resilience. What are some things that stand in our way? Common blockers of possibility are the fear of failure, right? If you try, then you may fail. My brother John Bacon says, man, shoot your shot, right? You miss 100% of the shots that you do not take. Shoot it. Some of those shots are going to go and shoot your shot. Launch your business, launch your clothing line. Go get your certification. Go study something, right? Go talk to that guy or girl. Go let somebody know you're interested. Go ask for that job. Go ask for that promotion. Shoot your shot. The comfort zone attachment, staying where it feels safe. Staying where it feels safe. The comfort zone. The comfort zone has many of us trapped, right? And many of us are so afraid and so used to being comfortable, so used to having things a certain way that we don't step out on anything, not on faith, not on belief, not on risk, not on exploration. We don't step out on nothing. We just want to be comfortable, and that's it. And there are going to be so many things that we miss out on. There are going to be so many things that pass you by. There are going to be so many opportunities that show up and then leave because you remain in your comfort zone. The trap of comparison. We talked about this in one of our earlier shows, believing possibility for others, but not for you. So basically telling yourself you're not worthy, right? You're not worthy of having. You're not worthy of being. You're not worthy of owning. You're not worthy of attaining. All of these things, a comparison trap. You believe it for somebody else, but you don't believe it for you. The first person that you should believe it for is you. You should have supreme belief in all of your abilities to do whatever it is that you set your mind to. A fixed mindset, and we call this a static mindset, seeing abilities and circumstances rather than a challenge, right? Seeing abilities and circumstances as static, meaning they're always going to be there, versus they are able to change, right? So, meaning if you never learn to drive, then you're never going to be able to drive, right? Meaning if you failed out of college, then you're never going to be able to graduate from college. All of these things. Anything where you see an ability or a circumstance and you see that it's not possible to change, that is a static mindset. And then over-identification with your past. I said this in a couple shows ago. We got to let some stuff go. Don't measure yourself today on yesterday's outcomes, right? Don't measure yourself today on yesterday's outcomes. Yesterday does not define your tomorrow. All right, so we got to leave the past in the past. We want to learn from it. We want to remember things. We want to maintain and hold on to that wisdom and that experience and those lessons that we have, but that is not the final destination. That is not the final definition of what your potential is. So how do we address issues that we have with possibility? How do we change it? How do we fix it? First thing, as usual, as always, you got to become aware. We got to write some things down. All right, we got to take some notes on where we are. You can write this down in a notebook. You can write it down in a journal. You should know by now that if you don't have the official King Yes Indeed journal, go down to the link in the show and to the link in the description for this show, and click on that link. Go ahead and order your official Master Your Mindset journal and check out some other gear and apparel that you may like, and let's get to writing some things down so we can address some of these things in the possibility dimension. Ask what if. Let's talk about some what if questions. What if I chose to believe in myself? What if I chose to take more risk? What if I chose to be fearless instead of fearful? What if I chose to step out on faith? What if I chose to take more risk? And what if I chose to be fearless instead of fearful? Expand your environment. Surround yourself with people that are going to encourage you. Surround yourself with people that are already in this dimension. Their attitude already reeks of possibility, right? They are constantly encouraging you to get out of your comfort zone, change people, start reading some books. Um, just start with little experiences that will stretch your sense of what is possible, that will uh, not be so overwhelming for you. But again, they give you a sense of, new is not terrible, right? New is nothing to be afraid of, right? Small experiments, small trials, right? And again, low risk stuff, right? You got to show your mind and your body and your brain that it is not in danger. You have to teach yourself that these things are normal, all right? And finally, visioning. You got to see it, and you shall become it, right? Uh, a lot of sports players will say, if they're at the foul line, the free throw line, they got two to go for the game, they down one. One of the things a lot of them will say is, you have to envision the ball going through the hoop. You have to envision your form being perfect. You have to envision letting it go and hearing nothing but the snap of the net as the ball goes through, right? Receivers, you have to envision the ball going into your hands. You have to envision yourself securing it and landing inbounds. Envision success, right? And then try to allow your body and your nerves and your emotions understand what that feels like and that it feels normal. As always, people, I'm going to leave you with some reflection prompts and some daily affirmations. Reflection number 1: where in my life have I unconsciously limited my potential? Where? Where in my life have I unconsciously limited my potential? So this is an inward thing. You have to check inside of yourself. You have to really sit and think and allow yourself. You have to really sit and think and allow yourself to understand what's going on. Where in my life have I unconsciously limited my potential? Number 2, what possibility excites me but also scares me? That's a good one. That is a good one. It's something you are excited about, but you are scared as hell about it too. What possibility excites me but also scares me? Is it going to school? Is it getting a new job? Is it getting into a relationship? Is it buying a new car, a house? Right? Is it learning a new skill, karate, capoeira? What is it? What possibility excites me but also scares me? Number 3, if fear was not a factor, what would I allow myself to do? So fear is off the table. If you were fearless and not fearful, what would you allow yourself to do? If fear wasn't a factor, what would I allow myself to pursue? If fear was not a factor, what would I allow myself to pursue? Your affirmations for today: I am open to growth and expanding beyond what I can see today. We're not talking about yesterday. We're not talking about last year. I am open to growth and expanding beyond what I can see today. No looking back. I am open to growth and expanding beyond what I can see today. And number 2, every challenge carries within it the seed of new possibility. Every challenge carries within it the seed of new possibility. Once again, every single challenge carries inside of it the seed of new possibility. Kings, my final thought for today is this. Possibility opens the doors to growth. It shifts you from limitation to expansion. It shifts you from fear to creativity, and it shifts you from doubt to belief. By choosing to see what could be instead of only what is, you unlock new paths, you unlock new strengths, you unlock new opportunities. Possibility is the spark that can ignite your transformation. True transformation isn't just about what you see as possible. It's about what you believe yourself to be. It's about who you believe you are. That's the power of your identity. And we're going to walk through that when we talk next week about the identity dimension, the final and seventh dimension, the identity dimension. Your identity shapes your thoughts. It shapes your habits. It shapes your actions at the deepest level. All right. And we'll explore how to shift from old identities, the ones that hold you back. And we'll talk to you about how to shift to new identities, the ones that align with the highest vision of yourself. As always, thank you for listening. And before you get on out of here, I need you to do one thing. I need you to check your vibe. Because if your mind is bright, then your vibe is right. Yes, indeed. People, if this podcast has shifted your mindset or moved you to change your vibe, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with somebody that you love, somebody that you care about, or someone that you believe can vibe in a new way. Leave me a review, subscribe, and follow me on Instagram at KingYesIndeed. Also, if you are interested in vibe coaching consultation, please email me at KingYesIndeed@gmail.com. Let's find more personally tailored approach to your vibe. And yeah, I give one-on-one coaching. I can do group coaching through mind or vibe or mindset coaching classes. Until next time, people, check your vibe. Mind bright, vibe right. Yes, indeed.